I'm sorry, we don't serve people like you.
People like me? I'm the CEO of this hotel's parent company.
The chandelier-lit lobby was buzzing with executives, investors, and cameras when she stepped through the revolving doors. Emerald blazer, gold watch, calm expression. She moved with the quiet confidence of someone who didn't need validation. She approached the front desk and placed her invitation down gently. "I'm here for the private shareholders' dinner." The manager barely glanced at the card before looking her up and down. His jaw tightened. "I'm sorry," he said flatly. "This event is exclusive." She gave a polite nod. "Yes, I know." He slid the invitation back across the counter without even reading it. "We don't serve people like you here." The words hung in the air. Conversations slowed. A woman near the elevator stopped mid-sentence. A waiter froze, eyes darting between them. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't argue. Instead, she studied his name tag and asked calmly, "Are you sure you want to stand by that statement?" The manager crossed his arms. "I know who belongs at my events." A faint murmur rippled through the lobby. What he didn't know was that she wasn't just attending the dinner. She was the reason it was happening. She stepped aside, pulled out her phone, and made a single call. "Go ahead," she said softly. "Suspend the funding, effective immediately." Upstairs, in the grand ballroom, investors began checking their phones. Confused whispers spread across white linen tables. The company hosting the event, an upscale hospitality group, had been expecting a final wire transfer that evening, a transfer worth $480 million. Back in the lobby, the manager's confidence started to crack as two men in tailored suits rushed through the doors. "Miss Reynolds," one of them said urgently, "we've been trying to reach you." The manager blinked. "You know her?" The second man turned sharply. "Know her?" "She's the CEO of the private equity firm acquiring this entire property portfolio." Silence. You could practically hear the air leave the room. The manager's face drained of color as realization hit him. The woman he had just dismissed wasn't a guest trying to sneak into a party. She was the majority stakeholder. She turned back to him, her expression composed. "You said you know who belongs at your events." I didn't realize," he stammered. "That's the problem." She replied evenly. "You didn't realize. You assumed." Within minutes, the hotel's regional director was on site. The dinner upstairs was paused. Executives huddled in corners, whispering about what had just happened. And then came the real shock. She didn't storm out. She didn't yell. She walked into the ballroom. Every eye followed her as she stepped onto the stage that had been prepared for someone else. "I was just informed," she began calmly, "that this establishment doesn't serve people like me." The room went dead quiet. "I want to make something clear," she continued. "My firm invests in businesses that understand the future of America, and the future looks diverse. It looks inclusive. It looks different from what some people are comfortable with." She paused. "Tonight's funding is on hold. Effective immediately, we're conducting a full leadership review." Gasps echoed through the ballroom. "But here's what shocked everyone most," she added. "If this company commits to measurable change, real diversity in management, mandatory bias training, transparent hiring practices, we'll not only restore the funding, we'll double it." The room erupted into stunned whispers. The manager stood frozen at the back, realizing his words had just triggered a multi-million-dollar turning point. She stepped down from the stage, not as someone seeking revenge, but as someone reshaping the rules. Because sometimes the most powerful response isn't anger, it's leverage. And that night, everyone learned exactly who belonged in that room.